Hey guys, Driven to Conquer here. This is Project Diablo 2 Season 5, Week 4 of our Whirlwind Barb journey to reach our final form. We have some huge drops, huge upgrades, great high runes. Stick around, check it out. Let's get into it. So the first drop we're going to see is another Gavel of Pain. This one has 243 ED on it. Pretty nice. Same map, we find a Vortex Shield, Set Shield. Know that to be the Grizz Shield. Only 2 sockets, 40 all res though. We go ahead and slam that Gavel. We get 70 ED on it, so that's 315 total ED. Moving on, we find a Valkyrie Wing, +2 at least, and then also a Quetzalcoatl Druid Helm. Go ahead and slam that Valkyrie Wing, and we brick it. Doing some Chaos Sank. Find a shield drop, unique shield, and that's Gurks. Decent rolls on it. Same Chaos Sank run. Find a Facet, and this is a 3/5 Rainbow Facet. Go ahead and slam that Gurks. And we punch a hole in it. Now, this is one of our bigger drops of this video on stream. We find our second bird rune. Awesome. We'll gladly take it. Another point, we found another Spired Helm. This is the Veil of Steel. Coolest looking helm in the game. Not the best on the ED though, so we're gonna see if we even keep it. We do, and we get a +1 skill on it. Pretty badass. We find another Hellslayer with decent ED. You get 5 sockets in it. Find unique Wormhide boots. Those are Merman Sprocket. Clapping that Diablo booty and Chaos Sank. He drops us a Primeval Soul. Checking out some rare stuff. Oh, what's this little jewel over here? Oh, it's a 40 ED jewel. Yeah, we'll take that. Clapping Diablo booty again. Find another Gavel. This one has 235 ED on it, so 10% off perfect. We go ahead and slam this one. Boom, 6 sockets. That's pretty huge. Moving on, doing some more Chaos Sank. Drop a Sham rune. Sham gets a lot of hate. I actually like Sham rune. Find a Lidless in a tier 3 map. Pandemonium Fortress, I think, or something, whatever it's called. And we get enhanced defense on that slam for the Lidless. Clap and Bale, we get an Arm of Leoric. Almost perfect. We slam it and we brick it. Finish off another boss on a map. We get Skin of the Viper Magi. And we brick it. Find another Triangle Belt. We get 11% faster run walk. Not bad on that one, actually. So this one is just to highlight how badass, you know, bolts and quivers can be. Look at the stats that you can get on these things. Increased attack speed, chance to pierce, deadly strike, all res, 3 to mana after kill. Just really cool things you can get on this piece of gear. On a map, we find it Kira's 15, 14, 15. Not bad for those minus enemy resistances. Killing the boss on this map. We find an Eldritch Orb. There's a Shootas, but it's only a +2. Kind of decent on the negative enemy res. We slam a Snow Clash. We get fast run walk. We get that Kira's in there. Slam it. We get 10% reduced curse duration. And there's the Ashudas. And we brick it. Find a Gold Dagger. Get ED on it. Hilarious. And then this is why you shouldn't slam everything, because we got a +1 on a Nature's Puzzler. Even funnier. Moving on, we find a Grave Wand. And this is the Black Hand Key. Only +1 Necro skills though, not +2. That sucks. Now this thing was a 400% density Blood Moon map. And the monsters also had 40% max life and 40% crushing blow. And we just obliterate this map. It was so fun. Just demolishing mob after mob of cows. I definitely want to do some huge ED, or excuse me, huge density maps. Don't know why I said ED. But yeah, really, really satisfying. We just made short work of this map. I mean, look at all those cows. It's so awesome. Really, really fun map to do. Didn't really have any problems with it, even with that extra max life that they had. But man, it was really fun. It was something to behold. We did do this on stream, I believe. We did get something out of the map. Nothing special, really. Got an ist rune, but we'll take them. We like our ist runes for sure. But really, it was just to appreciate the sheer density of all these cows on this map. Yeah, that was really, really fun. And hope to do it again. Man, look at that. Moo moo, moo moo. Moving back to the drops, we find Cohagans, +2. Pretty decent on it for the most part. And we brick it. Bye-bye. On stream, doing an Ancestral Trail map, we get a low rune. Was looking for one of these. I had plans for it. Same map. We get a Zod rune. So we got a low and a Zod. And I called this earlier in the stream. I'm like, we're going to get a low and a Zod. I feel it. So awesome double high rune drop on that one. First Zod of the season. So now that I got the low rune, decided to make use of that sham. We make a pride weapon for our mercenary to get a level 18 concentration aura, which is going to give us, I think, close to 200% ED. Anyway, find a giant thresher, new item, I guess, Storm Spire, but the stats on this thing are crazy. I would love to make a, I don't know, like a lightning strike Zon or something. Doesn't matter because it's gone. Bricked it. Moving on to the maps, find battle boots. You know those to be war travelers, only 31% MF though, that sucks. Same map, we find Slayer Guard, and that is Ariat's Face. Only +1 on the combat skills though, doesn't matter, we're gonna slam it. We get another +1 skill on an Ariat's Face, that's sick. Slam the battle boots, the war travs, and we get lightning resistance and max lightning res as well. Moving on, we find Ghostglaive. And we know that'd be Wraith Flight. Not really the best rolls on it, but we're gonna slam it anyway. And we get 5 to life after each kill. And then randomly found a Bolcathos Wedding Band finally out of all the set rings. Been looking for one of those. Only 20 ED on it though. So only one we found. Let's slam it. And we actually get mana stolen per hit. That's actually really useful for this. So traded a puzzle box. It's +1 skill, Veil of Steel. See what we get. We get 2 sockets. Awesome. And since I don't know what I'm going to do with this, I just have, not 40 ED jewels, but 34 with some max damage, 9 max damage, and then a 36. They're both blue, that's why I threw them in there. Awesome. Going back to the maps, we get an Ulm rune on the Bloodmoor map. Love that. And then after using that puzzle box that I traded for, a puzzle box drops. It's just kind of been a thing for this season. So getting closer and closer to 95 on this one. Killing Bale just to clutch it out, and he drops us a Primeval Soul. Thank you very much, Bale. And to close out to the 95, we finish it off at Pit to do honor. Pit did right, and boom, Pit gets us to 95. It's been a great 4 weeks this season. Very, very happy with all this. Yeah, I mean, I'll get into the gear here. Okie dokie. Let us just kind of go over this kind of quickly because not a whole lot has changed, but there's definitely been some cool upgrades. Still rocking that Hell Slayer. We are planning on doing something with that Gavel of Pain 6-socket. I'm not gonna, you know, put ohms into that 5-socket Hell Slayer that I had, because like it's just doing the math on that. You know, we got an ED slam on this with like 80%. So really adding a 5th socket on this would, with another ohm, would only give us another 50%. And since that other one has kind of lower just base damage, it's just really not gonna, you know, I've talked about this before, it's just not really, the thing's awesome. I really do like it. You know, I do have to break immunities because I'm not using Gavel, but you know, we'll see how it goes when I dump 6 ohms into that Gavel. Maybe a low in there for some crushing blow or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, but this is our weapon. It's awesome. Very underrated, and definitely crushes. So moving on, we got our Veil of Steel, as you saw in that video, with the 2 ED jewels in it. Again, they're only, you know, 36% ED, but it had 9 max damage on it, and then I threw you know, another 36 in there or something like that. I have perfect 40s. I just don't know if I want to put it in there. We have a total, combined with the ED that this helm already has, we have a total of 127% ED. That is pretty much, you know, what would be 3 socketed with 40 ED jewels in it. You know, it's over actually, so that would only be 120%. You know, could this helm be better with that ED? Of course, but this is an awesome helm, and it looks really cool with the blue. Moving on, we got the High Lords again. Same with this, the only 1% to maximum cold resistance or maximum resistance total. Not that big of a deal, but it was pretty cheap. We got it. We got our perfect Goblin Toe with that physical damage reduction slam on it. We have our Cannot Be Frozen Raven Frost with magic damage slam on it as well. We have still the String of Ears, again, really underutilized. This could be a little bit of an upgrade if we got a better slam, or just some better physical and magic damage reduction stats on it. There's our Bolcathos band that has the what was it? Yeah, the mana stolen per hit, which was nice. It replaced another mana stolen per hit item that I had, so very helpful. And then we have our Soul Drainers that aren't very great on stats, but you know what? A pair of Soul Drainers is better than nothing. So moving over to the Merc, we have that Pride, and this has done a lot. I'll do a little testing between a Reaper's Toll and what the concentration aura really does. I hope I didn't say conviction in the video. I really hope I didn't, thinking back about it. But anyway, this does help us a lot. Pride is really awesome. If I am going into a map that is going to have a lot of physical immunities, I might just put the Reaper's Toll on it again. It's not really that big of a deal. We have Vampire Gaze, 2 sockets with just a Rowland and Ort in there for some more resistances for them. We got that Templar's Might again. Not that great on the Might aura, but level 6, better than a level 4. We have kind of a crappy pair of Goblin Toe. We could probably give them Gore Riders or something. We have the Verdungos with just Replenish Life on it. Was looking for what the slam was. And then just laying of hands. So pretty simple. Without our Shouted Up, we are sitting at 20k max damage. So let us go and shout it up and see what's up with that. We shout it up. I'm going to throw our enchant on because this is kind of what we do when we go to maps. We're sitting at 27,000 max damage. And when we get a combat shrine or something like that that gives us an extra 200%, we're sitting at like 31,000 max damage. This thing just absolutely crushes. And I'll just go ahead and show you what this does without the concentration aura. We're at 23,000. So that concentration aura is actually giving us another 4,000 damage on it. That's pretty badass, which I think is equates to about, yeah, it's about 200% increase. It gives you an attack rating, and it also gives you damage increase. So pretty badass. Here are just the base stats. If people want to deep dive into there a little bit more. Really high on res. Overcapped on res, honestly, but I'm okay with that because I definitely want to try to do declone with this, and then maybe Rathma, since we got all those prime evil souls. I will go through the skills. If people are still curious about this. We did restat in case we wanted to switch to that Gavel of Pain, and I upped it. Thank you to the person in chat or in the comments that reminded me to up my weapons. I always forget about that. But anyway, let's go over the skills. Whirlwind build. So we just max Whirlwind out. We got it at 29 once we're shouted up. Max out General Masteries. Unless you're using Steel Pillar, then you're going to do Pole Arms or any other pole arm. Then we do some 1-point wonders into combat reflexes. I put a couple points into increased speed just because I like a little faster run walk. And then a couple more extra points into Iron Skin just to get some more DR. And then natural resistance as well. Probably put a little bit too many into there, but that's still fine. Over to the War Cries, we max out Battle Command. And then I threw a little extra ones into Battle Orders. I probably should have thrown a few more into here. Maybe not, I don't know. But Shout's nice just for improving the defense. We dump a couple extra ones into Battle Cry just so we can break those immunities in case we're running that Pride there for our mercenary weapon, and that's what they have. I took some of the points out of Grimoire, even though Grimoire is awesome. It gives you a bunch more damage. When we put this on, we're at that 30,000 damage for sure. I just kind of, I'm killing things so fast in maps, I just forget to throw it out. But if I have a problem with a mob or a boss, or I think it's a problem, I have an opportunity, I will put a Grimoire out. And then just to get to 10 on find items for when we're doing Trusty Old Trav. And that is it. Most of our stats we dump into Strength. We have some Vitality. And I do dump probably a little extra into Dexterity than I shouldn't have. But, if it helps with the attack rating and defense, it definitely feels noticeable. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking this out. And actually, real quick, I want to show you this badass rare ring that we slammed. This thing is a monster. If this had mana per hit, this would be a perfect ring. We slammed life stolen per hit on this, so we have a total of 11% life stolen per hit on this ring. The life and mana is pointless, but those reses, 10% cold res, 10% lightning res, 40% fire res, 10% poison res, and then we also have that poison length reduced. This thing is awesome. I would love to get another cannot be frozen part on my gear. I'd love to slam it on my belt, preferably, or something, and then put this in for instead of Raven Frost or a Nature's Peace. Probably would be better too. Maxed out on that. But anyway, guys, thanks for following this journey. Our Barb is kind of reaching the end of his goal, and I'm looking at starting a new character. So I'm not too sure if next week we're going to have another recap. We'll see. I'm either going to go through kind of a Mimi Thorns Paladin build or, something else. I'm trying to think about what other character I would like to do this season. But in 1 month, this is where we're at. And this was all pretty much solo self-found for the most part. I can't say that because I am trading and things like that. But not a lot. Like I traded for the Soul Drainers. I traded for a cheap Gavel when I couldn't find that. I traded for a High Lords. I'm trying to think. That's about it for the most part. It's like notable of like what I'm still using. And so this is totally a viable thing to do if somebody just wants to focus on one character and just really beef it up by the end of the season. This is a great example of what you can do with just doing some maps, doing some LOD area content, and yeah, we have a really, really badass Whirlwind Barb on our hands. And I just want to say thanks to all the new subscribers, and I always try to respond to anybody who comments on the videos because I really do appreciate that. If you made it this far, please subscribe, help me get to 1,000 subscribers. That would really, really help me out, and I will let you guys know where we go from here. Definitely going to try to do some D-clones and some Rathmas, and those attempts will be uploaded to YouTube whenever I get to it. But until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.